What's up, traders? One trade today in VLRX. Let's get to it. There's a VLRX up on the other scanner. This thing's going nuts to the downside. Looking to take an entry here. I'm going to wait to see if it gives us a little bit more of a push down towards where it was in the pre-market. There we go. Alright, we're going to look to get a starter here. Just waiting to feel it slow down. It kind of feels like she's stalling here. Oh, not yet. Yeah. I'm going to take a starter here. Just very hesitant with these trades on the long side. But, I mean, she is super extended here. Of course, there she goes. All right. We kind of took that with them in our head, looking for the 4. If she wants to extend right down to 4, we should get a pop right after that, right back up. So we'd be looking to add down there. This is basically the strategy I've been using, just in reverse. Just trying to use it on the long side, looking for that nice extended move. Here we're going down towards 4. Be nice to get under 4 real quick. There we go. And we're going to get our add here. We got those up at 4. We're going to look to get rid of these, hopefully around like 410. Of course, I don't have hotkeys or hot buttons for this, so as you can see, I'm using my montage normal buttons. So hopefully we get this quick pop to get rid of these shares. There we go. Back over 4. There we go. 410. We're going to take our half there and see if we can continue back up. We ultimately would like to get this towards 450. Randomly just realized that my face is over top the scanners for whatever reason. Not the scanner we're currently using anyway, but alright, so we're under 4, so this isn't necessarily looking that great now, but we're seeing what we can get. Okay, here's a quick flush towards 350. We're going to look to add here. We're going to take it here. We got those at 60. Right back up to 80s. We're going to look to take those half. That would have been nice to be ready for that. Of course, now she's coming right back down. See if we can get back up in there to the 80s. But we're going to take our half there just in case she wants to get back under 350 for whatever reason. We're not really necessarily liking this trade right now. When this is a reminder, I can't even remember the ticker from, I think it was last week, but it was like the same thing. Just fell over at the bell and just never bounced. So we're back to our original share size. We did get the 2 adds. Okay, here we go. 386. We squeeze up over 4. No, we didn't get back to 4. Well, it says we got to 4, but it was so quick. I wouldn't have taken it there anyway. We were looking for closer to like 450 towards VWAP. Well, with my luck, this thing's just going to go sideways, just like the last time we played one of these. Just get no bounce. Alright, so the volume has just completely died off here. Put my stop market order in at 359. It's kind of formed that little bit of support there at 360. So it's kind of forming a descending triangle. volume's completely died off. So this isn't looking good, but we're trying to be patient. Just like, believe it was TCS, now that I'm thinking about it, that did this exact same thing to us. Luckily there, we actually covered all our shares by accident on the pop, and we got out for as minimal of a loss as we could. This is starting to look like we might get stopped out right around that 359 area, because the odds are if she breaks 360 support there, she's just going to probably flush out. Just no bounce, didn't get any volume coming back in. It tried, obviously never got back up to 4, and just frustrating, super frustrating. Sorry I can't really commentate this. Obviously the volume just completely died out, went from trading 500, oh, here we go, and we're stopped out. Alright traders, so as you can see, that was my trade on VLRX. Really just another failed move. I keep watching these moves work, and it's, you know, I'm a little frustrated, and look at this thing go. Just selling off. I mean, this is like a I mean, this is exactly what TCS did. She kind of gapped up, kind of went sideways. It was looking like she might do like the old dip and rip, where she kind of dips down. And when she came down here, I probably shouldn't have messed with it. But I did the same thing I did with TCS, where I was looking for these areas to hold. You know, to me, it's like, you know, you gapped up away from these levels. The odds of you coming down and just going straight through these levels, the previous close, was just, you know, it's mind-boggling to me. But unfortunately, that's what happened. As you can see, we got this last ad looking at this line, and we got the pop right back over it, and got out most of our, I mean, these shares were from this ad, these shares were from this ad. Would have been real nice if we would have somehow held on to these shares and got rid of them up here. Probably would have made the trade a little bit better, obviously. But she just started forming a descending triangle here with the 360 support. And I don't think I showed it to you guys in, I don't know why it's not letting me click this. Why can I not? I don't know why it's not letting me click the candle for some reason. But anyways, the bottom of this candle was at 360, which is why we put our stop loss at 359. And sure enough, she formed her descending triangle and busted right through. And as you can see, she hasn't really done anything the rest of the day except for continue to drop. So we made the right decision, obviously, to get out there. This is exactly how I would play one going the other way, an extended move to the upside. Would have let it set that high a day. In this case, it was just a little bit different because this was just like a super overextension and got bought right back up. So when she came back down and formed this low, I kind of used this as the actual mark, just because I felt like if she got to that point, she was definitely gonna flush. And as you can see, I was right. So especially because she kind of came right here, I was just using these two candles as kind of my area of my last resort per se. So that's really all there is to it, guys. We're starting to dwindle down on equity a little bit, so I'm not playing with scared money. It's money that I can afford to lose. You should always keep that in mind. However, I am starting to think that the low amount of equity, it's hard to recover from these types of trades, because as this trade was going on, I looked at a trade on my other screen in Insum, and you know, getting into the VLRX trade, it takes my buying power away, and there was no way I could play this. So I would have definitely played this over that 50 pop, and look at how this one played out. And I was even staring at it after the VLRX trade at right around here, and I was like, man, this kind of looks like sloppy seconds. And frustrating, because I mean, this was all really quick. It just flushed. I'm really don't understand why. Let's try this. See if we, let's see if we reopen the desktop. There we go. But yeah, look at this thing. Sloppy seconds. could have held on to this, never really gave you a reason to get out except for holding VWAP. So if you wanted to get out because of that, but once she got back under here, I mean, look at what she did. I mean, this thing is just frustrating day. Another frustrating day. As you can see all those tickets down there, so the commissions added up. But, you know, looking at the trade itself, I mean, this is the textbook trade of pretty much how it would look if I have to cut. You know, this is how I ended up staying under my max loss. You know, I sized accordingly, knowing that I wanted to stay under that $100. Obviously, if this is like a black swan event, as some people call, that's more so to the upside for squeezes. But if she just kept falling straight down, I mean, that's going to happen. You know, regardless of the strategy you're using, that can happen. So if you get caught in it, it's going to suck. So that's why people blow up their accounts. The whole thought process behind those is, at least how I do it, is I'm trying to get rid of shares as best as I can. So that's why I don't just add until, you know, hopefully she bottoms. You know, I add, take those shares off, add, take those shares off. So I'm on this one, I'm averaging down, but at the same time, I'm trying to, you know, not let the stock just drop on me. Because if, you know, you just added, or if I got in here, added here, and then when she dropped down here, look to add again, or I could have just cut there. But at that point, I would have had 600 shares, and I would have gotten none of it back. So at least throughout these little pops, you know, on the average down, I got rid of some of my risk. And that's the thought process behind the strategy, and that's why it's a strategy. It's not, you know, obviously these things don't win all the time. But with that, guys, just kind of explaining my thought process. Another rough day, especially after commissions, another 100 down the drain. Not down the drain. I mean, yeah, it is down the drain, but that's going to put almost a 8 as our starting number, and that's hard to look at. So definitely starting to think outside of the box. Maybe I'll go to paper trading and try to raise some capital to get back up to near that $5,000 mark. So this isn't an issue because right now I feel like the buying power is an issue for me because it's forcing me to take a share size that I wouldn't normally take. Obviously in this one I could get the share size that I wanted, but it didn't work out. So still got to my max loss for the day, pretty close to it, and after commissions we're even over that. So I'm just gonna stop talking because I feel like I'm blabbing at this point. So don't forget about the 200 sub giveaway. That will happen Friday night. I'm gonna go ahead and declare a winner Friday night during the live stream per usual, and that link will be down in the description. Like and subscribe, obviously, if you haven't already. Always appreciate the support. Sorry I can't really show you how these trades are supposed to work. Again, you know, it's about getting the charts up, and if I was patient with this one, and I even told myself today I was going to be really patient and really wait for the, you know, super extended move. You saw when this move happened right here, look how quick that one happened. That would have been the great first entry, and then look at the bounce we got. And again, just trying, this was the problem I had at the beginning, is I wasn't taking enough trades, and I was missing the ones that would stop here and go back up, or the other way where it would stop on the second candle and come back down. So I was trying to size myself into these so when they finally did, but it seems like the ones that I'm picking and I size into them like this, they're just not coming. If they're to the upside, they just keep grinding up, or if they come to the downside, they just grind down. And it's frustrating because usually you see the market work in waves, you know, and like if it's on a downtrend, it'll at least like come up, bounce off VWAP and come back down. But it's just an interesting market right now. We're not getting that. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Sorry for the longer video because I was blabbing about everything that happened within this trade, but I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.